Now for today's quick shot of Sips, Suds, and Smokes.
Hey there, welcome campers to this Suds episode where everything good in life is worth discussing. I am your host today, good old boy Mike, and I have a few co-hosts today with me. Good old gal Julieanna.
Yo.
And good old boy Dave.
Well, so long as we've got some time to kill, I think I'll have a beer.
I think you waste an inordinate amount of time always thinking about exactly what are going to be those sounds. Hey, this is our online edition of our Quick Shots. This episode is going to be sponsored by...
Thanks to Warby Parker for supporting Sips, Suds, and Smokes. Get boutique quality stylish eyewear, sunglasses, or beer goggles at revolutionary prices. Try them for yourself by going to warbyparker.com/sips to order your free home try-on kit with free shipping all around.
So thank you, everyone, for joining us. We have some cool beer to go over today from Burlington Beer. Dave, why don't you tell us what we're going to be tasting?
We are going to be tasting Peach of Mind, which is a farmhouse-style golden ale with peaches and plums.
Sounds peachy.
We've got Echo Chamber, Echo, a robust cherry porter.
Sounds cherry.
Wow, really? We have Cultivate, which is like a triple-inspired beer with blueberries.
Sounds like something infected.
Don't we all? And then Orbital Elevator, which is a double IPA with oats.
Huh, cool. So all these beers are from Burlington Beer, and kind of an interesting town, Burlington, Vermont. So to kind of orient yourself what part of the world this is in the northwest corner of Vermont in the U.S. Interesting town. A couple of other really great products that are made there. Fiddlehead is another great brewery in town. And for those whiskey aficionados, this is the home of Whistle Pig. So, woo-hoo. Yep. So
what happened here? You go retarded?
Yeah. So you can stand on the corner of Vermont and look over and go, I can see Canada. So,
but they can't spell it.
Yep, that's right. Well, we thought we'd gather these four beers to talk about from Burlington. Some very interesting choices for us to go through today. Well, let's charge right into these. And the first beer we're going to talk about actually is the Peach of Mind. Is that the name of it?
Yes, Peach of Mind.
All right. So it's a peachy beer.
And it's got plums.
No, it doesn't have any plums in it,
That's what the label says.
Oh, I mean, what did you think for something on it?
I didn't taste plums, but when they said plums, then I was like, well, there's plums there.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it say there's plums on the label? I don't think so, Dave.
Farmhouse-style golden ale with peaches and plums.
How many plums are in there? 0.
7.
2.
I don't think there's any plum in this whatsoever.
There's just a hint of color peachy to give it a plumminess.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You're plum crazy.
Well, we were talking a little bit about, some other peach beers that we've had, and the one peach beer that, I thought was a reference standard for me was the peach beer made from Odell's, which is...
Tree Shaker.
Tree Shaker, thank you. That's probably one of my favorite beers, with peach overtone to it. This is really in the top 5 for me.
Yeah.
It's a great beer.
I think this is better peach beer than like Maggie's Farm from Terrapin, which is a good beer. But I think this one really captures the right amount of peach to complement the style.
It's a very subtle peach flavor. It's not overly sweetened and artificial tasting. It is spot on like fresh harvest peach
and plum
with some fermentation thrown in for good measure.
There's no plum in this. I'm tasting it again. There's no plum in this.
And there's a creaminess in here, which
I
is
think
kind of
the
nice
plum
too.
is meant to bring out the sweetness of the peach.
That is one thing I like is it is very creamy and incredible balance out of all this. And I think that slaps all of this together is the Bretois that is on this. And it doesn't say that on the label, but it is Bretois, by the way. That's kind of all the glue between all of this. You think that's really kind of what's making all this work, or
some glue? Yeah.
Or Bretois?
Yeah.
No, I think so because
is that the brewer's silly putty?
Well, in the case of peaches, I think that Brett and peach go really well together, and not all fruits go well with a Brett. but this really does.
Yeah, because there's not a strong Belgian yeast flavor here, so it needed something to kind of bring all that around.
Yeah. Well, and if you think about the outer, what am I trying to say? The skin of a peach, it's got this like sort of
velvety quality.
Yeah, but with the velvety quality brings out like a special flavor to the skin, which reminds me of what Brett tastes like. So I think it's a good marriage.
Are you saying velvet equality?
No.
Yeah, velvet equality to the people.
Okay.
Well, I really love just, the whole roundness of this and great balance. And this is just a complete package. We were kind of wrestling.
Like me?
No, you're not the complete package. There was a few things missing, but,
Some missing parts?
Yeah. Which button are you going to hit for that, Dave? So,
you know what? I'm just going to give you the finger.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I think overall this really brought it home. We kind of wrestled a little bit. It's really, really good beer. We're going to give it a Suds rating of 4 for this. Well, next up, the next beer we wanted to chat about was actually the Cherry Porter. Dave, why don't you tell us the actual name of this is?
Cherry Porter. No, it's this is Echo Chamber,
Okay.
Robust Cherry Porter.
So I failed to mention that these are all of a series called the Limited Release Series from Burlington. These are all released in 750 bottles.
That means there's not many.
Yeah.
With the exception of the oat beer.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the one in the can in this lineup as well. So this Cherry Porter, wow, man, this thing like attacked, didn't it?
It's delicious.
And these are limited release 2016 beers too.
Wow. They're still, they make these, more than that. So
I think there's a nice roasty flavor that comes out at the very end after the cherry, but it would, and I think we talked about this before. It would be great just to taste the base.
Porter itself, yeah. It has that, kind of Tootsie Roll quality about it, kind of roly-poly, bitterness that you would get out of a typical Tootsie Roll. I would totally, if they had just this porter alone and something else other than cherry, I would totally love to taste that.
But I think the cherry's good, though. I mean, it adds a little bit to it, but it's still a great porter.
Yeah, no, cherry is a great fruit to add to a porter because you're getting that the tartness of a cherry blends well with the roastiness of what a porter should be. Mm-hmm. And not all porters are this roasty, so I can really appreciate the balance on this one.
Oddly, this beer did not remind me of anything else. I mean, I thought that because of the unique quality of the porter itself, it just kind of held its own.
It stands
and I didn't
out,
have this moment of flashback going, I've had that 20 other times before. This is just another cherry porter.
I mean, the way the roast lingers, but not in a bad way. It just it just holds itself.
And it's
very
the
well.
type of roastiness that's in this that is really beautiful because a lot of porters tend to be like coffee roastiness, which you almost wonder, well, do they put coffee in here or what the heck are they roasting?
This is the
with?
malt roast,
right? This is like true malty roastiness.
So I'm thinking the star of the show is whoever picked the malt for this. Totally went all the way, didn't they?
Did a great job.
Yeah. And we've had some things that have been on both sides of the scale, things that are too roasty or just it's like, wow, you're not there even close.
Yeah, no, this is just right.
Yeah, this is a really great balance. So my kudos to the underlying porter. Cherry things like, yeah, but you got to give something. You got to say something about the cherry though, because this cherry is not an artificially tasting cherry. It's not like a sweet thing,
syrupy.
No,
like
no.
Mascherino, no. This is really good cherry flavor.
I can't get any in the nose. I mean, I think the porter controls the nose.
Roastiness. Yeah,
but the cherry is like right in the middle of the flavor.
Yeah, and that's neat how you go from roast to cherry to almost smokiness in the background to end it. I thought that was really cool.
I'd totally go back to this, and both for this beer as well as if they had the porter alone. So, I really hope that they embrace some of what we're sharing about this because
and send us some.
This is Valentine's Day beer all the way, isn't it?
Oh my God, totally.
Man, yeah.
God, you add some dark chocolate with this?
If your chick loves beer, this is it all the way. Our Suds rating for the Cherry Porter, what's the name of the skin, Dave?
Echo Chamber.
It is going to be a 4.
Chamber.
Hey, we'll be right back after this break.
Hey, Julieanna, what's in the box?
It's my Warby Parker try-at-home kit. I went to warbyparker.com/sips and picked out 5 awesome frames, and they shipped them to me free. I tried them out for 5 days to see which ones I like, and then I just send them back for free and go online to order.
That sounds really easy.
It is, but now instead of 1 pair of glasses, I want 5.
Well, with prices starting at $95, maybe you can.
To get your free try-at-home kit, go to warbyparker.com/sips today.
Welcome back to the rest of this episode that we have talking about some 4 beers from Burlington Beer Company or Brewing or what? I'm always
Burlington Beer
Thank
something.
you. I knew we
Beer Company.
always hose those up. So it says BBCO on the label. You would think I would actually get that right.
No, I wouldn't.
We haven't been banned from this part of the country yet, have we?
Banned once again.
Thank you. Now we are. That's great.
It just happened.
Yep. So next up, we want to talk about the blueberry beer. What's the name of this, Dave? Echo?
This is Cultivate.
Cultivate. Yes. This is
Trappist-inspired triple with blueberries. And they spell triple the American way because this is America. Dang it.
So they can actually see Canada, but they spelled it the American way.
Yes.
What do you guys think of this one?
I think just because you can see Canada doesn't mean you can spell it.
Well,
oh, you meant the beer.
Yeah, the beer,
right.
Dave. That's correct. Yeah.
It was a little too creamy for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that.
Yeah.
I've never heard you say this beer is too creamy.
Usually she would say this is too creamy-y.
Maybe with the milk stout, I've heard you say that, or some lactose bomb, you know.
She usually has to add an extra syllable or something to it.
Yeah, this is just a little too creamy for me. The color is gorgeous.
It is.
It is.
Yeah, kind of light purple,
ish color, sure.
You know?
Yeah. No, it is. It's just the head on it is just an extraordinarily creamy head for the style of beer that it is.
This just looks
and so
like
that throws me
urine.
off.
No, it doesn't look
And
like
that,
that.
no,
I have
it
to go to the doctor.
If you were looking like this, yeah, you would have to go to the doctor.
Yeah, you would.
But the blueberry on this is nice. It's a little much for me. But
I didn't get a lot of the blueberry. That was
Really?
the problem with me. No, to me it's the Belgian triple the yeast is what dominates the whole thing for me.
I thought this beer was chick beer heaven.
no, it is because it's sweet.
I'm chick beer heaven. Okay.
No, hit the right button.
Yeah, really. No, it's a little creamy. It's a little sweet, and there's a lot of blueberry that's fighting with the yeast.
Really? Blueberry fights with yeast?
In this case, yes.
In this case.
That would be a great pay-per-view.
Okay.
Yeah, because triple yeast.
No. Triple.
Well,
America.
The one thing I did like is, much like the peach, I thought that the fruit was in check, and it actually was not fighting, I thought, with the underlying beer itself. But I don't know, for some reason for blueberry, I like for the fruit to bring it, and it just kind of, to me, it was a weak rendition of a blueberry beer.
I would like to see them put the blueberry with that porter.
Ooh.
And see how that would
that
play
I think
well.
I did.
better.
I just happened to, when I was tasting, I was using common glass, for some of these initially, and I happened to blend some of the porter and the blueberry together, and yeah, it was pretty tasty.
Yeah,
So,
I think that would be a good combo.
yeah, I agree. Well, I guess the thing, every time, I'm thinking blueberry beer, I have that, McKellar Spottenberry in my head.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
I always think of blueberry nightmare.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah,
This
blueberry-
this
a
beer is
sour
like
blueberry
light
stout,
years
yeah.
away from all of those,
Yeah,
That's a big capital B in blueberry. This is like blueberry with a little B,
little bee.
But it's still good. I think it's a great chick beer.
It is a chick beer.
It is a good chick beer. I
And
say
it-
that in a very affectionate way.
And
so.
if you're a Belgian boyfriend who has an American girlfriend, then something like this would be a marriage for both of you.
Yep. Well, our Suds rating for the, what's the name of this beer again, Dave?
Cultivate.
Cultivate Echo what?
Yeah,
Cultivate
Echo Chamber
from Burlington
Foxtrot.
Beer is going to be a 3. We have one more beer in this lineup to talk about.
Will we make it through?
I don't doubt very seriously we're going to make this. So this one is actually shifted to a different series. So this is beers that are distributed in cans, probably more widely available than some of the limited release series that we went through. I remember picking up a couple of these at a wonderful barbecue place in Vermont called Big Fatty's. Yep, that's the name of the place, and they have one of the coolest bottle shops that is literally right in. It's in the same building, so you walk out the front door of Big Fatty's, and the bottle shop is right there, and they have a wonderful selection of a lot of these Burlington beers.
How is the barbecue at Big Fatty's?
It was pretty good.
What's the style of barbecue they do up there?
I would say that they try to mimic everything in the South. Is what I tried. Right. I would say they.
Is it like Carolina or
Look,
Memphis?
If you don't have wood, you can't bring it. So
that's what I've heard.
That belongs on a T-shirt all by itself. I think they do a very good job. I think with the ingredients they have to work with there. But you're talking to somebody that's like steeped in the hallows of barbecue, and I don't know that Big Fatty's does well, I think, based on geography, but I
apparently,
think
if your name's Big Fatty, I mean, you got to be knowing something about food.
Look,
right?
They were very nice. I really enjoyed meeting everyone there at Big Fatty's. I would encourage you to go. They're definitely the best place to go in the area, hands down. So you're just talking to a guy that gets to fly around, all over the planet.
And gets called Big Fatty a lot.
And you're right, correct. And have barbecue from all over the world. So, but... still, it's a great choice. Let's talk about the Double Oats. What's the name of this one, Dave?
This is Orbital Elevator double IPA with oats. It's 8.3%.
Feels like something's gone up and down, definitely.
I love the artwork on the can is really cool, so I will say that.
Yeah, they do. They have I love their bottle art. I love their can art.
It's very 60s Atomic Ranch style-y kind of thing going on.
I'm hearing something like Wham when I'm looking at that label.
I think you hear that in your head all the time. Mike sings Wham in the shower.
I don't know.
Oh, are you a Careless Whisper kind of guy?
And I gotta have faith. Oh, that's George Michael
by himself.
I'm sorry, by himself.
Wham.
Right? Yeah, it's post Wham. Yeah.
Anyway. I will say, stepping back to the previous three beers really quick, as home brewers and stuff, we really appreciate the way they do their labels, where they list out the
that is something that is definitely something to say about these labels. Home brewers out there, you can really appreciate this brewery because they give you a lot of really awesome information.
So what do you think about the beer?
Well, if you like it in the can, I think this is the beer for you.
Sounds like a T-shirt. If you love it in the can, this guy's for you.
I know a lot of people who like it in the can, and some who don't. But I think that's a pretty divisive issue that we're going through in America today.
Wrong part of the country.
Oh God. Okay.
Well, the one thing you said about this, we were totally dead on. I love the way this beer smells.
Oh, the aroma is magnificent.
It's phenomenal.
It is just like blows you over, But the thing is this beer just didn't do it for me, at the end of the day.
It was hoppy, but it was too creamy. I mean, like creamy in a very slick, like stout kind of way for me, and it didn't blend well.
I think you have to be careful when you use oats in an IPA, Yeah.
Well, we'll wrap this up really quick. Our Suds rating for the Double Oats is going to be a 2. So, and I think part of the thing that they struggle with, with this beer is, look, you are right beside Fiddlehead. You're right beside the Alchemist. You're right in the back door of Hill Farmstead,
Treehouse. All those guys are right up there,
Yeah. Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode and catch more episodes online on a regular weekly show. I'd like to thank both my co-hosts for being here. Thank you, Dave.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, good old gal Julieanna.
Aw, always a pleasure.
This is good old boy Mike asking you to come back, join us once again, and keep on sipping.
This has been a One Tan Hand production of Sips, Suds, and Smokes, a program devoted to the appreciation of some of the finer slices of life. From the Dude in the Basement Studios, your hosts, the Good Old Boys, will see y'all next time.